Welcome back to Get Naked. It's episode 20. I have a different wingman today, so it's a different strong hand. It's not my Dominique strong hand. Poor thing is having some, what are we going to call him, like gastric issues.
A little Costa Rica flu.
A little Costa Rica flu, yes. I feel terrible for her, but also I'm like, this is kind of like karma, bitch. You went to Costa Rica and didn't take me with you, so now I don't know if Montezuma had anything to do with Costa Rica or if that was just Mexico, but it's the revenge. It's karma. Karma is my boyfriend. Karma is you waterfalling every time you go to the bathroom. Like that is unfortunately Dom is down and out right now, and we love you, Mom. Mean it. Too. Please, because I need you to come back to work, like for real. I've missed her. Like it's been like
I know she was gone, and now she's still gone.
And I'm like, no. But we've got our beautiful Melanie Scarborough with us today. She is not just one of my absolute besties, but she's a client. Yes. She lets me beat on her regularly. Dom, too. She's one of Dom's clients, too. She also sends a ton of clients to us because her and her husband own ISI Elite, which is a gym here in Columbia, in Lexington, that they recently opened. It's been almost 2 years now, right?
It will be 2 years.
Wow, that's insane.
Crazy,
that's crazy.
Right? I know.
Absolutely insane. But she's also travel agent extraordinaire, and she is one of the reasons that I get to go and do all my fun trips and do things like get arrested on cruise ships. And
yes.
And it actually kind of was not her fault, but like she was the one who got on board ahead of me. And
your name is not Melanie?
No.
It's in fact Erin?
It is. It is. And that's, yeah.
So when they said Melanie,
I didn't realize. I thought he was talking to like Melanie, and I was like, "Yeah, that's her." And the thing beeped. Everything beeped. It was fine.
It did beep.
It was.
There
fine.
was beeping.
So, see, I'm not wrong. We thought everything was fine, and it was not. And we are actually going to go and do that again next week. The second annual
week from
ladies
tomorrow.
Cruise. It is a week from tomorrow. Oh my God, you still have stripper glitter on your face. Like, I'm sorry.
About last night.
I couldn't see it earlier. I thought you got it, but it's like right. Yeah. Anyway, sorry, Melanie.
I do love glitter.
So it's just it gets everywhere. What can we say? But yeah. So we're going again, and this time we've got 30? 30?
30.
Is it 30?
Yeah.
All right, we're crazy. We're taking 30 bitches to the Caribbean. It wasn't bad last year.
No,
I didn't
it was great.
think. Like I thought we had a really good group last year. You always think we had 34 last year?
Yep.
And you're like, immediately there's going to be all kinds of drama.
Yeah,
like
it's either going to be fun or it's going to be
exactly like this is going to be great, or I'm just downing these the whole trip.
The drink package will come in handy.
Yes.
Actually, kind of one way or another.
No, I mean, it's just going to come in handy all the way around. That's all there is to that. But so, this year the group is mainly the same. We've got a few new ones that have joined us. But I think overall it's going to be a good group. And this year, Erin's not going to get arrested.
No.
On the cruise ship.
We're going to listen for your name.
And I'm going to make sure that when I beat back onto the boat, that it's my picture and my name. And I'm going to be like, hey, Pedro, or whatever your name is. Like, that's me, right?
You did have to go back down and point them out.
Well, that was the thing. So they come and they pull me out of a hot tub. Y'all have heard this story. Like, I've done this. So they come and they pull me out of the hot tub, and they're like, are you Erin Platt? And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, do you have your ID? And I'm like, I mean, over there, I can get it. Like, hold on, don't taser me. I'm in water. That's bad. So they take me down to the bowels of the ship, and they have to like verify my identity. But while we're in the elevator going down, that sounded bad. But while we're in the elevator, like descending, the guy is like, well, who let you back on the boat? And I was like,
my legs.
What? Who let me back on? He's like, how'd you get back on the boat? And I was like, the gangplank with everybody else. Like, I walked up and I beeped in, and he goes, who beeped you in? Guys, okay, like this is going to sound very, very bad, and I promise you that I don't think everybody looks the same if they're from a particular race, but like They
We
all
have been on
look
Coco
very
Cay
similar.
all day.
They all look very similar, you know, and we had been in a swim up bar pool all day long. Like
Same uniform.
Yeah. The same haircuts. Like they all have really, really short hair. Like it's just they very much and very tan and all the things. Like I know they're different people, but they like for me to be like, oh, it was that guy. Like I don't know. I was
a man.
I could barely pick myself out of a crowd at that point. So, you know, so he's like, well, who did it? And I'm like, well, I mean, he didn't give me his name or anything. And he goes, well, what did he look like? And I was like, you, but nicer, because he was smiling. And then it sort of devolved from there. But then I got downstairs and we got everything cleared up, and they were very polite and nice to me and accommodating then after that. Like, oh, thank you. And I'm like, you know, at that point I would have been like, so free drinks, but I already had a drink package. So I was like, well, that's okay, you know. Like,
what else you got?
Extra day on the cruise, like, you know. Right? I love facials, but I don't like the hard sales. So can you, you know, or they'd be like, we'll get you a massage. No, thanks. Not on a cruise ship.
No, not on a cruise ship.
Oh, no.
Save your money.
And see, this is one of the things I love about her is that even though she is a travel agent and, you know, her job is to kind of be like, oh, the things are great. Like, she's very honest. She's very honest about things. And, you know, I told her a long time ago I wouldn't be offended if she got a massage from somebody while she was on a vacation. Like, you know, I don't mind. You go live your best life, do your thing. And she's just like, no, because every time I do, it sucks. And I'm like, oh.
Yes. Cruise ships are not it. Now, facials, sure, no problem. Massages, not so much.
Not so much, you know.
Casa de Campo, that's when I came back from the Dominican.
That's the one that you did, like, and you were just like, dude. And I'm not going to lie, I was a little jealous. It was just like, really? Okay, so they poured some warm oil on you, and you just lost your massage virginity in, you know.
It had a fancy word, and it wasn't English, so I feel like it was worth it.
It was Ayurveda. That's what it was.
She massaged my stomach. That's weird.
I could do that if you need me to.
I would feel like I needed to clench up.
That sort of defeats the purpose of why you're doing it in the first place.
Which is why I feel like most people don't want it massaged.
No, and honestly, most people don't. Like, usually when we do that, it's a post-op thing, or they've had a baby, or they're about to have a baby, and they're like worried about, you know, just everything being so stretched and tight and everything. But then too, you get the people where like you're doing diaphragm releases. I think I've done a diaphragm release on you before and everything. So, you know, there are abdominal things. It helps with constipation.
It is lovely. It just is a little awkward.
I should call Dom and be like, you need me to back you up? I can do that. You just do it in reverse. There you go. You do. It really does work.
Here, I'll stop it for you.
Hold on, I'll stop it for you.
Eat some bananas and cheese.
No. Imodium's not even touching it. Like, bless her heart. I feel so bad for her. I really do.
She has
I was like, I need you to go and get an IV infusion because I feel like you're not going to make it otherwise. Because she's like, I can't keep Pedialyte down. She's like, I have some liquid IV. Maybe that'll work. And I'm like, you can't keep. Okay. Okay. And then she's texting me and she's like, I still have the poopies. And I'm like, I mean, if you know Dom, this totally makes sense, you know. I mean, these are not, you know, oh, that's Scott. I was like, Palmetto Moose, and then I'm like, wait, that's Scott, you know. He's like tagging me and stuff. I'm still getting used to this watch, you guys. Like, I always swore I'd never be one of those people that had a smartwatch and it was like constantly looking at their thing, but you can't help it. Like, it vibrates and you're like, what was that? Like, you can't, like, it's a whole thing.
Do you get phantom ones when you're not wearing it?
No, because I don't sleep in it or anything like that. Like, I don't need it tracking everything that I do. That's okay.
It can tell me my oxygen intake while I'm sleeping.
I'm supposed to be able to do like this and have it do stuff, and it doesn't do the thing. So
maybe it's a setting in your app.
It probably is. I mean, you know me. I don't know jack shit about jack shit. Like, technology and I are not friends. Hell, even Googling it these days. Addison, oh my God. So she's obsessed with horror movies. I think we've had this conversation before. And we have a dog she had to have this dog. It's a pit mix named Daisy. Super sweet dog. She's almost a year old, so she's still in her like puppy chewy phase. Addison got a Michael Myers, basically it's a Michael Myers Barbie, but it's not a Barbie, it's not a doll, it's an action figure, whatever. So it's the size of a Barbie. And it's Michael Myers. He's got the mask, he's got the murder weapon, all the things. It's great. So she got that a couple years ago for her birthday. Her dad took her to Target and they picked it out. It was a whole thing, right? Daisy got upstairs the other night and got a hold of Michael Myers. And I find it incredibly ironic that Michael Myers was dismembered by a dog when, he is a massacre, serial killer in the movies. You would have thought that somebody had stabbed my child. Granted, she's super hormonal and all, but the abject, the scream, it was absolutely insane. I thought Eric was going to lose his mind because he's like, what the fuck? And I'm like, just, you don't deal with this. It's hormones. You run away, save yourself. So I'm just like, oh God. So I'm up there and I'm like, you have to calm down because she's freaking out. So Daisy's trying to get involved because Daisy's like, my person's freaking out. I got to be sweet. And Addison's shoving her away and screaming at her because she's the problem. And now Daisy thinks, oh, we're going to play.
Oh,
and
no.
So that's making it worse. And I'm just like, you have got to calm the fuck down. And then I'm like, wait, you've got to be mom. You've got to be, okay, I understand that you're upset, but you have to calm the fuck down. Really, shut up, So it was chaos. And, there are literally pieces of Michael Myers all over the place. And she's looking for his torso. Sorry, I'm such a bitch. And so she finds his torso and she's like, no! And she's bawling. Guys, when I say real tears, gasping, bawling, she didn't act this way when my mother died, okay? It was just beyond, and I was like, oh my God. So I'm like, Addison, I'm bringing this back to Google. I'm like, Addison, sweetheart, it's okay. We can get another one. Yeah. We'll get another one. It won't be the same. I know it won't be the same, but we'll get another one. It'll be fine, And she's like, but we can't get another one. And I said, why? And she's like, because Target doesn't have them anymore. And I'm like, Addison, honey, there's this thing called the internet. I'm pretty sure you're familiar with it. We'll find another one. I'll just Google it. It's fine. And she's just like, Google doesn't know my pain. Legitimately, that's what she said. Yes. I'm just like, wow. Are you trying out for the school play? Because you should totally try out for the school play.
She's got it nailed.
Nailed. And I was just like, oh God. Oh, my sweet angel baby child. This went on, I'm not lying, you guys, for a good 45 minutes. And then it was time for bed. And I was downstairs and I could hear her upstairs in bed still going, y'all, I could not. I was just like, look, I know it's special and stuff, but
it's Michael Myers.
Right. So, yeah. So I am just waiting now on Daisy to eat something Hello Kitty and the trifecta will happen and she will murder the dog and it'll be a whole thing. I just, yeah.
That's a lesson in keeping your door shut, right?
Well, I had told her, I was like, make sure everything's up off the floor. Make sure that, all the things are put away because if you want Daisy to come up there with you and hang out, then obviously she's a dog. She doesn't really know, Addison's like, she did it on purpose. I was like, they don't think that way, really. I'm sure if the dog, I'm sure if the dog literally goes and shits in your shoes, it's thinking that way. It's this son of a bitch, yeah. But she literally was like, ooh, chew toy. She's in her chewy phase. She ate $100 pair of shoes of mine, and I didn't murder her.
That's good.
Oh, I was close. It was close. I almost cried a little myself. I was just like, they were my favorite ones, the booties, the boot ones with the heel. Yes. She destroyed one of them completely. And I looked at Eric and I was like, do you think a cobbler can fix it? And he's just like, yeah. He's just like, I feel like that's going to cost more money than a new pair. So how about you just get on Amazon and buy a new pair? And I was like, okay. And then he's like, just throw those away. And I was like,
I know.
You can't
use one shoe.
I know, but I was like, I can't. And he's just like, what? And I was like, I can't do it. And he's like, why can't you do it? And I was like, because I love them. And he's like, oh, Jesus Christ. So he goes in the closet, gets the box, puts the shoes in the box, and he goes and he's about to put them in the trash can in the kitchen. And I'm like, no, not there. I made the man take them outside and put them in the big trash can. Because if I opened up the kitchen trash can and saw them there, I'd be so upset.
Yes.
Like, you get this, right? You understand it. I'm not insane.
No.
Like, I mean, okay, I am a little bit. But it's a whole thing.
Just a little bit.
It's just a whole thing. So, like, if I didn't murder her because of that, and we still have her, she's not currently residing at the pound.
Michael Myers, I mean,
right? Yeah. Like, I'm over here like, fucking really? Seriously? You know? And she's losing it. And I'm like,
doesn't this dog also eat socks or panties or something?
Panties. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, both of them do. Both of them do. Oh. So it's, mine, Addison's clean, dirty, does not matter. They leave Eric's alone, which I think says a lot, especially for the beagle, because beagles like, gross things. They eat poop. Like, they will dig things out of the yard that are 6 months old, and, like, they're dogs, but they will not touch his boxers. And I'm like, I feel like that says something. Either he's too clean and smells good, and they're like, nah, and Addison and I are like the dead fish factories or something. I don't know. I don't think so. Like, now I feel like I have a complex. I'm going to be like walking around like,
I'm in a small space. You're good.
Right, yeah. Right. Like, I feel like when I'm working, like, people aren't like, what is that smell? Like, I don't think that
Have you thought about a filtration system?
I know a guy. Air purification, right?
Yeah, right.
Anyways, but yeah, so it was an absolute nightmare to do that and everything, and bless her heart, she's just like, yeah. So then she asks me this morning. She's texting me because she was at her dad's last night, so I haven't seen her yet today. And so she's texting me, and she's just like, so, can I have a massage for Valentine's Day? Because she comes home tomorrow. And I'm like, I mean, yes, but do I have to set up the table and do all the things and stuff? Like, or can this just be like on your bed or draped over my lap or something? Like how much of a massage? Like, God,
it's Addison. You know
I
she wants
know. She
bougie
probably
as
wants
shit. Some sparkling juice, some chocolate.
Oh, she's bougie
strawberries.
as hell. Like, she really, like, I would not be shocked. She'll be like, it's the anniversary of Papa's death, and I'm sad. And I'll be like, he was my dad. Like, what? I mean, and I'm working all day tomorrow. So, honestly, the last thing I want to do is come home and work more. Mm-hmm. But I'll do it for her because it's her, and I don't know.
Eric will be next to her shortly thereafter.
No, he doesn't let me work on him very often. So, okay, you will get this because I am vaguely sadistic when I work on you too.
I like to punch him.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely when I apologize a lot. I'm like, I'm really sorry. I know this hurts. Like, that's not true. I'm like, you'll be like, ow, and I'm like, sorry. You say ow, and I'm like, sorry. I know that hurts, but just breathe. So, Eric thinks I do it on purpose. Like, you
are doing it on purpose, but it is for our betterment.
It's for a reason. And
I can walk out of you.
And honestly, if it were something where you were like, that's way too much, I can't take it, I would like back off of that. But Eric is like such a pussy because you literally are like this, and he's just like, ah! And I'm like, really? Come on. Like, you're just being dramatic.
Yes.
Like, you and Addison and the dog. Like, I swear to God, y'all are the most dramatic things in the world with me right now. I've got one that sings the song of his people anytime a bird farts. And then you've got Addison with Michael Myers and that whole fiasco. And then Eric is just like, you touch him and he's, ah! And I'm like, what? He's screaming pineapples and stuff looking for a safe word. And I'm like, there is no safe word. There's only Zool.
I know. A safe word?
I know.
I feel like he needs a new one.
He needs a new, like, very much so. More like, stop you bitch would be a really good.
Bubble wrap!
That is a really good one. That's a good one. All right, so next time we're around each other, you're just going to have to be like, bubble wrap. And and just watch because I will lose my mind and it'll be funny. And he'll just be like, what happened? You know,
text you unsuspectingly.
Yes,
no, I would never text during our meeting.
No.
But if I did, it would be funny.
Right. 100%. Sure. You'd never do that. Never.
Oh, no.
And it's never funny. Melanie and I are those types of friends that like we'll sit across places and like something will happen and we'll both just kind of be like,
yes. Words are not needed. No words are needed.
and then one or the other of us is trying not to fall off our chair, laughing because it's that ridiculous sometimes. But
I wouldn't want the person speaking to think I'm laughing at them. It's usually completely unrelated.
It usually is completely unrelated. Like somebody sent a text or something and we're like, and I'm just waiting on her to look at it. I'm like, come on, look at it, look at it, look at it, look at it.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, you can't sit us next to each other if we're supposed to be serious. It's not a good idea at all, ever. Very, very weird senses of humor here. It's fine though.
We went on a cruise together once. We weren't even ratchet. People were so worried about it.
I know. That's
like a whole nother one, just me and her alone,
it was just
unsupervised.
Us. Totally unsupervised. Like there were no adults around for us to like
coins in the machine.
Yeah, we did all the things. Like
took naps.
Yeah, lots of naps. It was really nice.
Lots of naps.
But that's the thing is like we went on this cruise and like you've got to understand, she is my sister from another mister. She just found out she's also Irish. So I'm really excited about that because, she was Brit before and I mean, she still is, but whatever, it's fine. But now I'm like, oh, my people. So we're going to have to celebrate that one soon, probably at the house so that there's no
that seems like a reasonable
external involvement. Ooh, that's a good idea.
Because all we got to do is walk to our cabin.
I mean, or we could just sleep on the lounge chair where we lie. Day. I like it. But yeah, so it's she's my buddy and my friend, and I totally spaced on where I was going with that. I lost it. We talked about the Lido deck. I got excited. The cruise that we went on.
Yes.
So everybody was expecting us because Melanie and I have a bit of a history of. We instigate a lot of shit with each other. So, it's like, hey, we're going to behave. We're going to be good.
Yeah.
We're going to be good. And then we get wherever we're going and we're like shots. So.
Sometimes, we've gotten really good. We've improved. So now we adult.
We do.
And then.
We adult and then we shenanigate. So we've gotten really, I say we've grown up. Exponentially. I'm
so proud of us.
I know.
Look at us
We're
today.
very, very, I like this. I like this version of us. But this cruise, 100%, like everybody, her husband, Eric, like everybody that we were like, we're going on this cruise. They're like, oh shit. Like really? Like everyone was freaked out and like, oh, you two are going to get like arrested in a port somewhere. Like y'all are never going to get off the boat. Like, or you'll miss the boat. Like, who was it was saying we were going to miss Nassau because we went on the rum and reggae tour. Yes. And they're like, you're going to miss your boat and all this stuff. It's like, no, I don't want to stay in Nassau. Like, I'm definitely going to get back on the boat. Like, in like what condition? Like,
Bahamas.
Yeah.
I'm not staying there.
I mean, you might have to wheelchair me back onto the boat, but I'm getting back.
See that
I said that to you.
I was like,
because Eric sent it to me and was like, which one of you bitches is this going to be on the cruise? And it was a guy and his wife got golf carted back up to the ship. And then they had to bring a wheelchair out because his wife was so drunk. This is a video on TikTok. And like, she was like literally unconscious, like was not, they put her on a wheelchair and wheeled her up. And I was like, that guy gets husband of the year. Like Eric would have left me somewhere. Like
they made the ship.
100%. That is impressive that they actually made it back to the ship on time and everything. So, and I feel like we're good this year. I don't think we're going to have.
Not with the crew we're going.
I think we've got a good crew.
I think it's going to be fun.
Yeah. It's going to be a lot of fun.
We're driving our own Jeeps and tequila tasting caverns.
And I believe that the Jeeps are not automatics, which means that it's going to be even more fun.
Some are, some aren't. I'm more worried about them breaking down often.
Well, that's true. Are they breaking down often because they're stick shift, or are they breaking down often because they
are in
Cozumel? I mean, it is what it is.
No, it'll be awesome.
It is what it is.
I did one long time ago, 20 years ago. I think we're safe now.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good.
I'm sure they have new Jeeps now.
But yeah, that was because we were talking about the cruise, and we were trying to figure out like what kind of excursion, because last year we went and swam with pigs, which was fun if you want to swim in water that pigs are defecating in, like literally right next to you. But the people who ran that, I will have to say, were like on it. They had these scooper things that they were like scooping it, like as soon as it happened, they'd be like, whoop, but then you're still like, it's water and there's, oh God. So didn't hang out in the water a lot at that excursion. But so we were trying to figure it out, and I found this one, and I was like, Jeep ride through the jungle to go see Mayan ruins. I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. And then cenote, is that how you say it? Cenote swim, so the sinkhole, which that in itself is a little terrifying, but it's not like a cave dive sinkhole. It's like just like a depression in the earth that's full of water. And we'll snorkel in there. And then we go back to the Jeeps and come back, and there's a tequila factory that we're going to do tequila. And I mean, the minute I saw tequila, I was like, well, this is the one we're going to end up doing. And I think there's like, 28 of us doing it? Yeah.
28, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's just Laurie and Stacy are going shelling.
Yes. Stacy was like.
Stacy's like, I guess that's what we're doing.
Yeah,
cool,
okay.
yeah. And Laurie's like, that's what we're doing. We're going to wear our Miss Roper wigs while we do it.
They came on with like 2 big Aldi bags last year.
Full of shells. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's hardcore. That's hardcore shelling.
I looked for shark's teeth once.
I mean, yeah, I can't. So you have to like bend over and like look at stuff all day. And I'm just like, oh, my back, oh, my, like everything.
Yeah,
I
your
bend
back.
over all day at work. I don't want to bend over anymore. I want to.
I'm really tall. It's a lot of bending down.
It is. That's a lot of like, it's a drop.
Yes.
Like drop zone. It's fine though. It's fine.
I think Jeeps.
Yeah, I think it's going to be fun. I think it'll be it's going to be relaxing. We've got 2 sea days. Expect to find my rear end parked in a lounger.
If it's rainy.
Shut your
in the
mouth.
casino.
Yes. Putting coins in the little thing. That's my favorite thing. I hate
know.
slots because I don't understand. Like, they're different now. It used to be you put the coin in and you
there's
pull the
no
thing,
satisfaction anymore.
And I don't like that. I get bing, bing, bing. Okay, cool. You either get it or you don't.
Right.
Easy peasy. Now it's like
Swipe,
87
push.
games in one, and they all have different things, and lots of lights and moving parts and noise. And I'm just like, I don't know, just hit the button, and then I'm out of money. And I'm like, what happened? How did that work? And Eric's like, that's not how you do it, honey. And I'm just like, I don't understand how it works. It took my money. Where's the person? Hello. And so I hate that one. But the one where it has all the quarters in it, and it's got like the little push thing, and you just keep adding the coins, and then it like pushes, and then all the coins fall, and you're like, oh, it's so awesome. Like, I get so excited.
It is very satisfying.
It is. Like, I mean, you get your old lady cup, like you're in and you got all your coins in your old lady cup, and you're like, it's great. It really is. Like, it's the little things in life, guys. Come on. It's just the little stuff. I'm easy to please. I am.
Fair.
I am a very easy to please person.
Yes.
So
that's our rain contingency.
that is, that's our rain contingency. I need to bring extra cash on the boat.
I think there was a bar right there.
Yeah.
I'll wait for you.
I need to bring extra cashes on the boat. Be calling Eric.
She's gonna have a Ziploc recorder.
And be like, Eric, I need you to deposit more money. Just transfer it. It's fine. Like, just transfer money into this account. It's fine. He's gonna be like, that's our mortgage account. Shut up and just transfer the money.
I win it back, I promise.
I won't get to leave Cozumel if you don't.
3 more quarters and it's gonna fall.
And then 38 quarters later, you're like, one more, come on.
And then there's the Yahoo that comes up right behind you.
Behind you. And oh my, every time. God, it sucks. This is why I don't go to casinos regularly, because I'm really not good in them. I used to work in one. I wasn't a dealer.
On the casino boat.
Yeah. I was in charge of all the bitches.
I like being in charge of bitches.
It was a good gig, except for when one of them bit the other one's nipple off, but that's a story for another day.
That might have been above my pay grade.
Yeah, that was definitely above my pay grade. I was just kind of like,
flag.
well, no, they actually, it didn't happen on the boat. They were roommates, and they had another job. They were ladies of the night, entertainment wise, for their other job, and they lived together or whatever. And I guess they were getting ready for their shift on the boat, and they got in some sort of argument. And of course, the natural segue is, we get in an argument, I bite your nipple off. Like, obviously, this was a super serious argument.
Caught her using her hooker dust.
That's probably what it was.
Bit her nipple off.
That's right. You use my hooker. That's my good luck hooker dust. Like, that's 100%. That probably she was using her vanilla fields. That's what it was.
Yes.
That's exactly what it was.
I know that's mine.
I know that's my vanilla fields and nicotine. That's right. So, but no. So yeah, that they got into an altercation, and one of them bit their nipple off, and they had to go to the hospital to get it sewn back on, which is why they didn't make their shift on the boat. That's the voicemail I got. Yeah.
Can you imagine?
So, like,
I can't come to work
one
today.
of the most
My
creative I can't come to work todays ever, and I was kind of like, I mean, that's legit. I feel like I wouldn't come to work if my nipple got bit off. So, I mean, okay.
Yeah.
I had to fire the one that was the biter. That's frowned upon. You can't assault.
It wasn't at your place.
I mean, you can't assault people and all the things. Well,
I feel like that would be grounds for termination.
There were other reasons that they were, let go. But yeah, it was definitely like, yeah. So yeah, just fun times, good times. See, it's not all about being a massage therapist. My life has been insane forever. Forever.
It's just spicy and
It's
interesting.
just spicy. That's what it is. I attract crazy.
Charismatic people. Fight crazy.
I feel like a lot of it's just crazy. Crazy people. They just kind of flock to me, and now it's even worse because like I'm trapped with them because I don't know they're crazy until they're on the table and they're telling me about all their crazy, and I'm just like.
Don't you ever want to pull the application back and you're like,
right?
kidding.
Like, I'm sorry, I'm going to need that intake form back, please. Like, you didn't get out. Just get out.
I only have quotas for 1 to 2. We are at max.
We are at max today. Thanks. No, there are definitely times where like they're talking and I'm doing this. And in my head, I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? I'm screaming, what is happening? Somebody save me. Oh my God, this person's batshit crazy. But it's just.
Yes.
See, you're on the phone a lot with your people, and I feel like that is excellent because then you don't have to fix your face as often. You can have the what the fuck face.
Yes.
I can't do that. People are talking to me, and I'm literally in my head. This is what my face should look like.
Eyes so hard because you have to constantly. Fix your face.
God! So I had to tell somebody today on a Zoom call. Like I had to text them and be like, "You got to fix your face. Like you have to fix your face." Like
there's a few of us that have.
Active bitch face.
We're extremely expressive.
There's no resting happening. Like this is an active bitch face.
They're my favorite ones to whip my head and look for.
Right?
Or something.
And not all of them are women, too. That is 100%. Not all of them are women.
Yeah, there are lots of dudes. Yes.
Oh yeah. Oh, 100%. Like I think I've gotten really good at the poker face because I have to like individually talk to so many people in that group and everything. So I feel like I've gotten better at it, But man, there are some people in that room that I will just be like, fix your face. Like it's just not. It's not good. It's not good at all. No. It's like y'all gotta. And then sometimes they're way up front, and I'm like, fix your face now.
You're at the head table.
Everybody can see you. Everyone's looking at you. Stop it. Yes. But yeah, it's fun too, because like when people are on the table and they're face down, then I can let my freak face fly. Like it happens. Like I can do all the faces.
Oh yeah, when we're face down trying to breathe, we're not worried about what your face looks
looking
like.
at my happy face slippers. Yeah, Melanie, she comes in today. She's like, "Oh, you wore your happy faces," and I was like, "Yeah." And so that way, when somebody's like face down, it's still smiling at them. So instead of frowning, Like, it frowns at me all day, and I'm just like, well, that's not very nice, but...
You're spreading Walmart
it smiles
cheer.
at everybody. Like, right. These were not Walmart.
Well, the smile is.
Stephanie Arco gave me these.
They're really cute, but
and they came from somewhere, I don't know. Yeah, so they're my favorite. And on days when I feel lazy and don't want to wear things like bras and stuff, but I have to because I have to, like, adult, then I wear my happy face slippers.
Yes.
Because they make me feel like I'm not necessarily adulting quite so hard.
You're right.
You know,
Absolutely.
yeah.
It's still
little
cozy.
whimsy. Little
and
whimsy.
leggings, I mean, they're cozy. And you get to wear
Yes.
those as part of what
I get to wear them all the time, and it's delightful. But then when I actually show up in real clothes, people are like, damn. And I'm like, do I just look like garbage 90% of the time? Like, is that...
It's because
I mean,
we do like to wow them when we do ourselves.
I know, I clean up nice.
Because also status
I know,
quo.
right. Like, my hair always looks like this. Like, I wear it down, and people are like, did you get extensions? And I'm like, no, it's just... I washed it.
I know.
Blew it dry.
Did you get your hair done? No.
No.
I took a shower.
Just took a shower. I'm like, that's,
Took the time and effort.
Go me!
Well, mascara.
It's like, you can't wear your hair down when you're a massage therapist. It's the creepiest thing in the whole wide world because, like, if you lean and your hair, like, touches somebody, like, I would freak out if somebody's hair was touching me. Like, I don't like that. But also, I'm sitting here thinking to myself, like, ew, what if they're, like, I don't want my hair to absorb...
That's what I'm thinking, like
touch
oil.
Yeah, like
fluid.
yeah. No thanks.
It's right there with the hot
I think
tub.
we both just made the same noise. That was pretty good. That wasn't even practiced.
I swear this isn't written.
This isn't a written thing. It's not scripted. But so some of y'all might be wondering why this bottle of Prosecco has been sitting here for as long unopened, and it's not going to pop. Oh, damn! I was hoping it would go. Boop.
Nope.
That's my happy sound. Well, we're celebrating because next episode, it's not this episode, it's the next one, is our alcohol legal episode. We've already done the legal episode because we did the 18th episode. So we already did the legal episode, but this one's going to be like our legal episode. And I don't know if Dominique will drink with me. So at least not the liquor that I'm going to have.
Fireball.
So, oh, that's right. Oh God, I can't give her Fireball on. Oh yes, I can.
Yes, you can. She's fun. And she also likes trunk rum.
Yeah, trunk rum is it is one of her favorites, you know. Ours is trunk, whatever, alcohol.
Equal opportunity.
You might as well bring some vapes.
Is there a body in the trunk? I do not condone vaping. Well, okay, it's not condone it. What's the word that I'm looking for? I do not encourage, what is it?
Vaping is bad for your lungs.
It is.
So
It's
is
really,
cigarettes.
yeah. I mean, that's kind of my thing. It's like, I know a
Inhaling
lot of people like
things
vape
into
it
your
because
lungs.
they vape because they're like, it's healthier than cigarettes. And I'm like, well, that's stupid, but okay, whatever, you know. I don't encourage it. That's the word I was looking for. I don't encourage it.
It's also none of my business what you do, but. I'm gonna. Oh, fine. Quit your bitching.
I mean, come on.
We'll just share a cup.
I didn't really, I know, like, not like first time.
Right.
So,
Didn't you
we
drink
were
my
at
water
an event.
Saturday?
We were actually at an event this weekend that was a very fancy, like, event. And y'all are going to love this. So I go and, you know, I'm like, oh, I'm sponsoring it and all the things. And I got this, like, pretty glass award that I will have during the next one to show y'all because I was, like, super proud of it. But we're there and I was in a very fancy dress, but there was, you know, when you've got girls,
ladies
the ladies were out. I couldn't really do much about it. Like they do what they do, right? And they were tacked down pretty good though. Like they weren't going anywhere. They weren't popping out. Like, I mean, my rib cage was attached to that dress. I felt like Eric had to like get a pair of pliers to get the zipper up over right here because I was like this,
holding them up,
sucking them in. I was like, oh my God. And he's like, I got this. And he's like literally trying to, It was funny, but then it was on, and there was no, like, if I sneezed, somebody was going to die because the zipper was going to, like, pop off and kill somebody.
Whatever, you looked hot.
And then, so Brandy, you know, our esthetician that's in our office, she was there, and I mean, like, I kept falling into her cleavage. Like, I was, like, mesmerized, just like, oh my God.
It was
like,
fabulous.
It was so gorgeous.
It
And
was
then
a sight
this
to
one
behold.
shows up, and it's like Tits McGee, like, just shut up, you know? And she comes up to me and she's like, I'm so glad that your boobs are out, because I felt like maybe I was too booblicious. And I was just like, oh, well, Brandy's over there. And she goes, noted. Okay, we're good.
My lady's got the memo.
And it wasn't like unclassy or anything like that. It actually,
No.
I mean, we all looked lovely. I mean,
It
truly,
was
we
a formal
did.
event.
But it was this funniest situation because, like, at one point, we're sitting on this, like, kind of bench that's, like, up against, it's like a banquette kind of thing. We're on this bench, and it's, like, Brandy, Melanie, and me. So boobs, boobs, boobs. And then this adorable little Scottish girl who is like, I want your boobs, you know, but she's like, I'm here, and no one can see me because I'm at the end of the line, and it's just boobs, boobs, boobs. So we're sitting there, and Melanie's got her water, and I've got my drink, and we're just back and forthing because she's like, yours looks good, and I'm like, I need water. So we're just like back and forth sharing our drink because the bartender was pouring, like, okay, it was a 16-ounce
my
plastic
gosh.
cup, and I swear to God, like, half of it was full of Jameson, and then they put ice in it, and I was just like, I mean, in most instances, I would be excited about this.
Right.
But also, I'm at an event where I don't need to be, like, ratchet, you know? I mean,
Right.
I'm around some of my people, so I feel comfortable, and that means it's dangerous because I might get
true.
ratchet.
True.
So, but
Yeah.
I'm also around a whole lot of people who I don't need to be ratchet around. Yes. And it's a formal event. So I was like, sure, you want to try some? Yeah, here. You drink some too. Let's pass this and the water back and forth. So we were keeping each other, like, hydrated and making sure that neither one of us drank too much.
Yeah.
Totally.
We're
That's
looking out for each other.
100%.
Yes.
Like, that's, yes. See, friendship.
Yes.
That's how that
We're
works.
balanced. And we were alive the next day to tell the story.
Very true. And it was hilarious because at one point it was like the 5 girls right here in a row sitting on this thing, and then it's like guy. And I was just like, this is funny. I was like, this is a moment. Like,
Yes.
I seriously wish somebody had gotten, like, a big group shot of that. 'Cause
Right.
that would have been a good one.
I have like no pictures. I have the dragon
Ditto.
and Ed dancing with
I have that
the lady.
entire video.
Yes, from the other side.
Yes, and it's like, and then you're in it some filming. Yes, I was trying not to, and I was like, oh crap, there's Mel. Hold on, I'm trying to, and then Ed would come in, and I'm like, no.
Ed, yes, and his
yes.
charismatic.
So
self.
y'all have met Ed as well.
Yeah, he's on
the
the podcast.
orthodontist that was on the podcast prior. He is what we like to refer to as a party animal. He very much enjoys all aspects of an event.
Yes.
The drinks, the dancing, the shoulder rubbing, or elbow rub. What is it?
Elbow.
Rubbing elbows.
Rubbing elbows.
Rubbing elbows and doing all the things. And yeah, I'm like, shoulder rubbing. That's what I do. Like, that's what I do. Sorry, I get confused. It's hazard of the workplace, you know. But yeah, so it was a really fun event. We had a great time, and thankfully nobody asked me to give them a back rub that night. That was nice.
that would be so annoying.
It is so annoying, like very annoying.
I make a point. I'm one of your closest people. I make a point to never be like, "Hey, Aaron."
Real quick, could you just or
Take
even
notes
better,
from me,
even
y'all.
better, real quick, can you just hit the hip, like just right here?
There's nothing
It's locking
real
up.
quick about
there's
that, okay?
nothing real quick about that.
She
you know.
says I promote 30-minute massages, and I was like, "That's for unbroken people."
That is for unbroken people. Also for newbies, so we don't scare them. Like that is
break them in
that is the
slowly,
intro.
warm 'em up.
That is the intro thing.
I learned 2 hours is where you're at, because then she can take her time, and you don't want to punch her as often because she can just,
It's true.
hurt the baby, but then love the baby.
That's right. That's right.
We need time to love the baby, too.
You do. You need time to, like, make it feel better after you were mean to it. That is 100% true. But also, the whole being able to work into things a little bit slower and let muscle tissue, like, adjust and soften and things like that. That's my favorite, is, like, the people who come in and they're like, I know this takes time and I want to give you that time. I'm like, yes. Like, I had somebody the other day who was, I was like, so how long of a session did you want? And she's like, oh, like 4 hours. And I was like, oh, no, like legit, I will do that. And she's like, seriously, you do that? And I'm like, it's going to cost you a fuck ton of money, but yeah, I'll do it. Yeah. I'll do it.
I will be well compensated.
I love that. Like, I will work on you. Yes, I love doing stuff like that because it really does give me time to do what I need to do. Like, when you're coming in and it's an hour, I mean, that's fine if you're just doing like, hey, just work me down, like, I'll feel better, it's fine, but you don't need any like really significant work done or any really deep tissue work done, because if you're going deep tissue, you really do need that time to warm up that tissue and work into it. It's like taffy. Have you ever gotten taffy and it's cold and it's just like this little lump of shit and you try and stretch it and it breaks in half, like, and it makes a noise and you're like, oh, Jesus, I'm not going to chew on that. That's going to wreck my teeth. But then you like hold it in your hand a little bit and it warms up and then you can stretch it for like 19,000 feet. Same premise with your muscle tissue. I mean, it's not going to stretch 19,000 feet or anything, but it will stretch a little bit. So
enough to release
release all the shit that's in there, and to feel nice. But it takes time and it takes consistent pressure and things like that. So when people come in and they're like, I have 45 minutes and I want a deep tissue, I'm like, you're not going to like this. I can get deep, sure, but you're not going to like this, and they want what they want and they know better than I do, because obviously I am just a mere mortal who rubs oil on people for a living. I don't really have any education or know what I'm doing, guys. Like 100%. I just fell into this one day with no real thought plan.
Stayed at a Holiday Inn last week.
That's right. I stayed at a Holiday Inn last week, so I know exactly what I'm doing all the time. Of course I'm a massage therapist, or I'm a massage therapist, so of course I don't have any education and no backup plan. This is just what I'm doing for now. Yeah. So,
yes.
It's fine. It's fine. I like being marginalized. It's great. It's like my love language or something.
I thought sarcasm was your love language.
Sarcasm is my fluent language. That's just how I speak. My love language is being marginalized and talked down to. It just gets me going. Yes. Like, what can I say?
Yes.
That and throat punching people, because one follows the other.
Usually they go hand in hand.
They go hand in hand.
Yes.
So. Yes. Oh, man. Well, thanks for coming and joining us today.
Absolutely.
This was so fun. I always have fun hanging with my bestie. And she was all nervous, guys. She was like, I don't know what to do with my hands. I'm like, nobody ever knows what to do with their hands. We're massage therapists. And we still don't know what the hell we're doing with our hands 90% of the time,
How can people find more about Melanie?
So, Melanie, how can people find more about you? We need websites and contact details, my dear.
Yes, I have a website, exploremyhorizonswithan.com. You can have destination inspiration. There's destination guides there. There's all the deals and specials and everything that I offer. It's cruise planners, but I book everything, not just cruises, all the things.
All the land, you want to see kangaroos in Australia? She's got you.
If you want to go to Mexico, my favorite, I got you. You want to go to Greece or Italy? I got you. So check out my website. My contact information. My name is really long, Melanie Scarborough. So just exploremyhorizons.com. Phone numbers, emails, all the contact stuff is there. That'll be way easier for you to remember.
Or you can actually go on Facebook and you can look up Cruise Planners Melanie Scarborough, and that is also on there. She's got a page and tons of excellent reviews. And if I could toot her horn for just a moment, she really is an absolutely spectacular travel agent. It's not just because she's my friend. I am a high anxiety traveler when I'm going somewhere I've never been before, and she knows this. That's why she's laughing. I'm not as bad as some people.
No.
No. Like, you don't quite have to babysit me, but I do have a lot of questions. And one of the best things about a travel agent is, A, they're free for you to use. I don't have to pay her one red cent in order for her to help me plan a trip, to do it all for me, which I really love because I'm lazy. And also she knows better than I do, But so it doesn't cost me anything to use her. And also she has your back no matter what happens. If you're in a foreign country and you lose your passport, call your travel agent. Like, she's got you, If you get sick, call your she's got you, If you miss your flight, like, she's the person to call. She'll tell you what to do and how to help, and she will be doing stuff on her end, So it's really it's like having a guardian angel with you while you travel, and even when she's not with me, which 90% of the time you are with me because she's just fun to travel with too. But it's also when you do have all those questions and everything, I can text her and she's going to answer me within a reasonable amount of time. And it's definitely going to be something where it's very clear and concise and these are the steps that you take. This is exactly what you do, and that's huge, especially when you're traveling places you've never been before or somewhere you don't speak the language, and if you do have a friend that's a travel agent, try and travel with them as much as possible and have them take you to their favorite countries and places, because we went to this one place last year and it was literally this hut on the side of the road where they were making all these daiquiris and drinks. The walls were covered in fresh fruit and everything. It was the most amazing place I've ever been to in my life. The people were amazing. And she knows them. She walked in and they're ah, they knew her. And so it was
my pilot Ashley. Yeah, he comes and visits me.
It was wild. And it was just this hugely familial kind of situation. It was so much fun, and it was just a really cool thing to witness and to be a part of and everything. So I highly encourage you guys, don't hold off on the travel. Don't think that, I can't afford it and things like that. You spend your money on a lot dumber shit than travel, and stop doing that. You need to get out into the world and do all the things. If COVID taught us anything, it's that all of that can be taken away, so get out there while you can. Use my baby girl here with Cruise Planners, and thank you so much for joining us today. Yes. It was so fun having you.
Yes.
And next time we'll have to have you when Dom's here, because then that's just going to be a total shit show, because that's just super, super fun anyway. But you can also catch Massage Mechanics on Facebook. You can find us at www.massagemechanicsSC.com. You can book online. Do you want to say you can't book online with me anymore? If you have my cell phone number, then you can get in touch with me. But I am crazy busy with the second location that we opened up in December, and this location here, and we've got a lot of things in the works coming up. So, I have had to pare back a little bit on the online bookings, but that doesn't mean you can't get in touch with me. My number is still all over all the things. So you can find it, I promise. If you need to talk with me, let anybody who answers the phone know that you need to talk with me, and they will get you in touch. So you can also follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Spotify, and iTunes. Did I get it? Did I do them all? Yeah! See, I come through in a clutch. When Dom's not here, I got this. I got this. I always forget the iTunes. Always. So, yay, go me. I did it. So, like us, follow us, hit that share button. And, if you have any questions, get in touch. Let us know. We love to answer them. So, we'll see you next week for episode 21 of Get Naked, the legal episode.